Hey there everybody, this just arrived from Varusteleka, Finland. I guess that's how you pronounce it, Varusteleka or Varusteleka. But let's get it open, see what's in the box. Hey, there it is. What's that? It's got some dust all over it from this like egg carton type cardboard insert. Okay, here it is, out of the package. You can see it's fairly sizable. This, I did not order this with the actual leather sheath. I just ordered it with the insert. It's got a little thumb ramp there. You just push on it and release the beast. There it is. Look at that. Okay. This blade is from Finland, and it's called the Terava Skrama. And it's like a cross between a Bowie knife and a cleaver and a machete. It's full tang. It's pretty nice. It is a high carbon steel knife, just in jumbo size. It's thick, but it's under 1/4 of an inch thick. It's sharp. It's got a fairly sharp spine on it, so I think this should throw sparks from a fire steel fairly well. But look at that. And I guess this hole is just part of the manufacturing process. It doesn't really serve any purpose, at least not that I know of. It's got this oversized handle, so you can choke up on it like this. Do some fine carving, or you can kind of hold right in the middle, and that goes right between the fingers there, fairly comfortable. Or you can go the whole way back to get leverage for some hard chopping, because this is meant to be like a hatchet. You're supposed to be able to baton with it, chop with it. And it is full tang. The tang, it's a skinny tang, but it goes clear through the handle, and this is metal right here. This is part of the knife. And you could put a lanyard in there to give yourself extra grip. You could use it to smash a car window. And you might possibly be able to strike a ferro rod with it, because it's fairly sharp, not as sharp as the spine. This black on here is just from the forging process, because this is high carbon steel. And let's see, and then it has 2 different blades. Okay, this is a 34-degree Scandi grind on it, with a tiny little secondary bevel to give it some extra strength. And then it goes to 25 degrees right here, from right there all the way over to there. So about a 2 1/4 inch little secondary bevel there. And that is for doing feather sticks and any fine up close carving tasks you might have, which is very interesting. You don't see stuff like that too often. Okay, this blade is made of 80 CRV2 high carbon steel. And it can rust, so you have to take care of it, keep it oiled, keep it dry when it's not in use, store it properly. But let's see there, it's got a nice tip on it. Basically, this is just like a turbo cleaver, or like a small almost like a small machete. It's not super heavy, believe it or not. It looks like it would be super heavy, but it's not that bad. The balance point is right in front of the handle scale there. And I saw a video where someone cut the back of this, and they said it's solid rubber. This is not hollow. And it feels like hard, solid rubber. Maybe a hair harder than a truck tire. But very grippy. Feels pretty decent in the hand. This is it beside a Mora Garberg in stainless steel. And this is it beside the Mora Garberg in high carbon steel. And this is it beside another Finnish knife. This is J. Martini of Finland. As you can see, kind of the size difference there. This is a huge beast of a chopper. And this is it beside the K-Bar companion, the BK2, which is actually thicker. And this is a beast of a knife. But you can see this is definitely different. There's a difference in the thickness. This is it beside the BK62 Kephart. You can see there's a heck of a size difference there. Got about an 8-inch handle. It's just about 17 inches overall. So quite large. About a 9-inch blade, maybe a little over. And that little secondary bevel there is just over 2 inches, about 2 1/8, 2 1/4 maybe at best. This thing is actually larger than a small handsaw. Now, as far as the sheath goes, this is just the insert that comes inside of the nice leather sheath that you can buy with this. But I think it's like an extra 30 bucks or more for the leather sheath. And I'm sure it's worth it. It looks great. But because you get this piece with that sheath also, this just goes inside of the sheath. But I figured I wanted to save some money, so... And you can always buy the sheath later. So for now, I just picked it up like this. And it holds it quite well. It's got a nice like thumb ramp to push off and like draw the blade. It's not horribly rattly. Like you can hear a little bit if you wiggle it just right. But for the most part, it's quiet, it's solid. It holds really well. And then you just put your thumb on there and push. There it is. Let's do a paper cut test. Okay, here it is, straight out of the box. Got a sheet of printer paper here. Let's see if this comes as sharp as the Pucos come. Yep. Awfully sharp. Let's try this little secondary bevel there. Yep, that's very sharp. That. It's quite sharp. You won't be disappointed. Okay, this knife is also made in Finland. It says Terava. And it is a traditional, like, Puco knife in high carbon steel. It's made by Auti. And this thing came ridiculous sharp. And it still is. I'm trying to customize this handle. I just haven't got any farther on it yet, but I'll try to turn it into something pretty sharp. But just thought that would look cool side by side there. Well, that's about all I have for my unboxing tonight. I guess these are made to be used, like you're supposed to baton with them and chop with them and really work them, because they're just a work tool. They're not meant to be a pretty wall hanger or anything. It's the Terava Skrama from Finland. Well, if you want one of these, the only company that sells them exclusively is Varusteleka.com of Finland. So that's where you have to go if you want this.